Okay. So first of all of us here want to thank you so much for joining us tonight for our first dental assisting distance program and our open house webinar. For anyone who would like to rewatch what we're presenting tonight, or for anyone who didn't get a chance to make it on, this will be recorded and you will be able to view it later. So tonight we're going to take you through sort of an overview of the dental assistant distance program, what our admissions requirements are, and give you a snapshot of what our Sydney campus is like. We'll discuss what kind of jobs are available for you out there when you graduate. Although some of you may be employed by an office right now, there are so many options for a dental assistant in this world. So we'll give you kind of a snapshot of what those are. We'll also talk to you about examinations and accreditation process, and then we'll leave lots of time at the end to answer any burning questions that you have. So before we get started, I would like to introduce you to all the faces you see here on your screen. I'm going to start with myself. I am one of the instructors here with the Dental Assistant Distance Program, and my name is Melanie. Sorry, go back there. And I'm also a graduate of CBBC. I had the privilege to actually work with a dental hygienist. That's where I really found my calling and fell in love with preventative dentistry. Since then, I've moved my focus sort of into periodontal disease and working with a periodontist. I really enjoyed working with oral surgery and that sort of stuff. But now I get to come here and share my knowledge with all of our current students and all of my future students, which are joining us here now. Also joined by my fellow instructors, Kayla. You can see Kayla up there in our panel, and also Ashley. And you'll see Bonnie, who works in admissions with us, and Joni, who is our campus manager. Joni,
hi, everyone.
So I'm actually going to hand my mic over to Kayla and let her introduce herself.
Hey guys, so Mel already told you, my name is Kayla. I work part-time at CBBC teaching, dental assisting, and doing the labs and clinics there. And I also work part-time still at a dental office. So I graduated in 2014 from CBBC and got a job instantly actually in Alberta. So I worked out there for a few years. Out there, I worked a lot in the OR, which I fell in love with. I find it really interesting, and that's one of my main passions. When I moved back here, I currently work with a dentist who we work in the OR as well. And also I have worked with Melanie in periodontics, so we do that also. So I really enjoy the career choice. I love coming back to teach and to kind of give them a taste of what is to come. And it's been super interesting. I've loved it so far, and I'm super excited to get to meet all of you as well. I'll pass it over to Ashley. She can introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley. I graduated from CBBC as well in 2008. So for the first 3 years of my career, I worked for a general dentist, and then I moved on to orthodontics, and I've been there for 10 years and joined the CBBC team this time last year, and I'm loving it so far.
Thank you, Kayla and Ashley. Bonnie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Bonnie, and I'm the Student Admissions Advisor for CBBC, and I've been working in this capacity for about 6 years. And probably several of you that are already on this call have already interacted with me, and we've already chatted or spoken or texted or emailed. So just looking forward to providing any more information that I can, and welcoming everyone to CBBC.
Thank you, Bonnie. Joni, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. First of all, I apologize for my cameras not cooperating today. So I am the campus director at CBBC in Sydney, and I look forward to meeting all of you. And just to let you know, anyone that is interested in this program and plans on taking it, you are in great hands. I have the most confidence in all of these girls. So please reach out if you need any information from them. And then I'm always here if you need me too. Thanks.
Thanks, Joni. So before we go any further, I want you guys to kind of type in the chat here and tell us what are some terms that you think describe a very professional, fantastic dental assistant. So you guys go ahead and type in the chat here in the Zoom, and we'll get Kayla to read them out and see what some of those words are.
Caring, helpful. Yes, those are two very good ones. Professional, knowledgeable, organized, dedicated.
Oh, I love dedicated.
Mhm. Efficient, another good one. Detail oriented, 100%. That's one of our main things as a dental assistant. Flexible. Yep.
Yep.
Those are really good word choices, actually. I feel like some of you have definitely worked in dental. Clean. Yes.
That's a
One
big
of-
one right now,
That's a
too.
huge one. Yeah, especially with COVID. Team player, adaptable.
Oh, adaptable is a great word.
Mhm.
Things are always changing.
Yep. Especially if you're working in a larger office with multiple dentists.
Yes, these are all really, really great words. I think you guys should also include like empathetic. We're always with those patients and we are that listening ear for them. So it's really important we also be compassionate. No one added the word superhero, which I think should also be included in this list because we really make the office run smoothly.
100%. I don't think they could run very well without us.
No, and they know that. Okay, so these are all really great words, and all of these words show qualities of a really fantastic dental assistant. And it's someone with these qualities that would absolutely excel in our dental assistant distance program. And all of these qualities we also demonstrate here as instructors at CBBC and as staff members. And here at CBBC, you don't just earn a diploma, you really start your career. And you have that support throughout the program. And we have very small class sizes, so we really get to know you as a person and build those lasting friendships. And even after graduation, whether you need more information about something, maybe you need to find CE points, you might need help with your resume. It doesn't matter. We're here for you every step of the way, and we provide you those lifelong career services. And we already know, all of you here, all of them great words we just talked about. So now we want to help you reach your full potential and be the best dental assistant there is. So why would you even want to become a registered dental assistant? Well, you're ensuring employers and patients that you have the knowledge and skills required to perform more tasks. And then you've demonstrated your competency because you've been tested on that. You're learning all aspects of the dental offices, including specialties, to make more educated decisions and provide professional care. You're also learning front desk skills that you may or may not already have, which is very important to be cross-trained. Employers would absolutely love to have that, and you'd make yourself such a more valuable employee. You'll also become a member of the Nova Scotia Dental Assistants Association, where you can grow alongside other qualified individuals just like us. You'll keep abreast of issues that may arise, and you get to discuss any new or changing information as it happens. An example of this would be, for the first time in 30 years, the Dental Act is under review, and this could mean really big changes for our profession. If the suggested regulations become implemented, then anyone who is currently working in a dental office with a dentist will actually have to become licensed and pass a board exam to continue to work in their job. So one thing you might be thinking too is, okay, what other options would I have if I was a registered dental assistant? Do I have to work in a private office? And the answer is no. You might continue to work with an office you're currently working or volunteering for, but someday you might even become an office manager or a financial coordinator. You may want to eventually branch out and maybe work with public health or even teach with one of us. You might love working as a business associate. You might work for an insurance company or even go into sales. There's so many options out there for a registered dental assistant, but it all starts here at CBBC. So I want to do another survey with everybody. And I want to know, what are some skills you can gain from becoming a registered dental assistant? You might already be working in a dental office and doing some skills now and be able to see what a registered dental assistant does. But if you're not working in a dental office, let's throw out some examples. What do you remember going to the dentist and seeing that assistant do? I'm going to Kayla to read them out.
Organizational skills, 100%. Dental assistant has to be super organized, and I love that. Yep. It's a right job for you if you're someone who likes to keep everything organized.
What do you guys think about chairside skills? Is there anything you think you might be able to do as a registered dental assistant? Oh, problem solving is a good one.
Mhm.
You're always thinking on your toes. I'm gonna type one in there too.
Passion, yes, for sure. You'll see people alginate impressions. Yep. For anyone who's not a dental assistant or hasn't worked in the dental field before, you'll remember all that goopy stuff if you've ever had them.
Patients don't love them quite as much as we do.
No, I think
That's why
we
you
enjoy
get that
taking them more.
compassion in there.
Must keep an eye on every detail. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, the dentists can't see everything. They're focused on that one area. It's our job to watch everything else.
Exactly. Dental dams.
And that's our current students. That's their favorite skill is dental dams.
X-rays.
Yep, x-rays is another one. And these are all skills that I typed in, the alginate impressions, the dental dams, the x-rays. These are all things you'd have to go to school in order to be able to complete. So becoming a registered dental assistant, you'll be able to do these skills and so much more. So I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about CBBC itself. We've been a private college since 1958. And since then, we've had over 15,000 alumni secure successful careers. And each one of us are also a CBBC graduate. So we can definitely attest to how wonderful our experience has been. Obviously, because we came back to teach there. Definitely left a lasting impression. And we made some really great friends and really bonded with everybody there. So when you become or would like to become a student at CBBC, to get into the dental assistant distance program, you do need to have a grade 12 diploma or your GED. You will also need to have a grade 11 science or an integrated grade 10 science. You'll need a vulnerable sector check, and you'll also meet with Bonnie, who is here with us, for an admissions interview. So I'd like to go over just a little bit here, just an overview of our program. So the dental assistant distance program is very similar to our in-house dental assistant program that we have now. It finishes in just under a year. That's similar to the program, and our course material is the same as what we're teaching in our in-house program. Although it does differ in a few ways. For one, you get to attend class from home. So wherever you are in Nova Scotia, you get to join us on Zoom and on Moodle for online classes. And those online classes are going to start June 7th. So you'll join me online 6 hours a day. And we're going to start off being in class 5 days a week. So during that time, you're going to study from the comfort of your own home. You're going to learn all about being professional, the law and dentistry, the science behind our career. And that goes until the week of August 19th. So starting that week, we're going to change up our schedule a little bit. And you guys are going to actually start venturing out into your offices. And you're going to get that first real world experience. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you're going to continue to work alongside a dentist or registered dental assistant in an office. And you'll need 14 hours a day for that. So then our schedule from then on, that's what you're going to continue to do. You'll join me Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And then Wednesday and Thursday, you're out there. You're getting that hands-on experience. You're getting to see it firsthand and learning all those new skills. That's kind of what you can expect in the first 6 weeks. So you're going to be with me 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. During this time, you will get one day where you'll get to go out and observe the whole dental office. Then starting August 19th, we're changing up the schedule where you're with me 3 days a week and you're out in the real world. I'll say the real world, 2 days a week. And then from there until we finish our program back in May, you're going to also come into a CBBC campus with us, your instructors, and we're going to do a whole week of radiology and sterilization skills. You'll come back again in November, where you will be with us again, but this time we're going to teach you laboratory skills where you'll learn to pour up impressions and take allogenous impressions. You'll learn to make mouth guards and whitening trays. We'll do chairside skills. We'll do intraoral skills. Then you'll get to do etch and bond and do sealants and apply matrix bands and wedges and all that really exciting stuff. Then at the end of the program, you're going to join us one last time where you're going to come in for our patient clinic. So in that patient clinic, we take real people from the community and bring them into the school. And it's your job to do all these skills. You have to update health histories. You do patient charting, you do intra and extra oral exams, and then you actually get the chance to think about it and say, what does this patient need? And present it to the dentist, and then actually do those skills. So our students absolutely love it. I know we definitely did when we did it ourselves. So then even after graduation, after the patient clinic is over and you successfully passed, you get your diploma from CBBC Career College, you'll be eligible to write the National Dental Assistance Examination Board exam. When you pass this exam, you're almost finished with the registration process. But just like any new program, our dental assistant distance program must go through accreditation. Because this program is so similar to our in-house program, we don't expect any issues. However, there's always a chance, right? So what must happen is all students will wait until November 2022, so next year, next November, to hear if our dental assistant distance program gets its accreditation. If it does, that's great. You just graduated from an accredited dental assistant program. And now you can go ahead and apply for your dental assistant license and work as a registered dental assistant and use all your new skills. However, if we don't, that's okay too. What will happen is all students will just do another exam. That exam is a clinical practical examination where students will perform all the skills that we've taught you and we've tested you on, and you'll have somebody else evaluate those skills. I know what you're thinking, not another test. How am I going to get there? Where am I going to stay? But not to worry, if students do have to write this clinical practical examination, CBBC will cover the cost to the students. And then when you finish that exam, then you get to go ahead and apply for your license and become a registered dental assistant. So before I open the floor for any questions, I would like to turn the mic over to Joni, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about our tuition bursary that we're offering.
Hey, so anyone, you might have seen in the communications we were sending out, but for anyone that joined tonight, your names are going to be entered into a draw, and the draw is for a $500 bursary to be applied towards your tuition upon the start of the dental assistant program. So just for showing up and listening and seeing what was going on, you'll have that chance for that $500 tuition bursary. And I'm just going to, Mel, we're going to know the winner by the end of this. Is that correct?
That's up to you.
Okay. So maybe what we'll do is we will draw it with everyone's name and we'll post it on our Facebook page so that you guys can all see who the winner was, and then we'll be in contact.
Thank you so much, Joni. That's such a great offer to have that $500 off your tuition. So now I want to take the time and I want to hear from all of you on any questions you may have. So you can go ahead and put that in the question and answer portion there, or you can put it in the chat and Kayla can read them out. We'll take a couple minutes and do this here.
So how much is tuition, Mel?
We can actually let Bonnie answer that one.
Yeah.
She's doing admissions.
Sure, the tuition is $17,900. And that, of course, does also cover the expense of your initial exam that you're writing, as well as any supplies that you need, name tag, lab coat, that kind of thing. So there are no extra costs. It does cover everything that you need to take this program.
Good question, Ronald. Anyone else have any burning questions? We're here to answer them all right now. Three trips to campus? Yes, that's right. Will be one in September for a whole week. And then we'll be doing our radiology lab. So during that time, we will be learning how to take bite wings, periapical x-rays, mounting those x-rays. We'll also go through the proper steps for disinfecting operatories and sterilization. So it's very interesting. The next one we will go in November, and that one will be for 2 weeks where we'll do chairside, intraoral, and clinical skills. And then the last one is another 2 weeks in May for your patient clinic.
So someone asked do we need to work in a dental office already?
No, you don't have to work in a dental office already. We do have offices who are volunteering, so there may be one in your area that would be willing to take you as a student.
I just want to point out that initially there was information going out to everyone that you did need to be working in a dental office. And since then, there has been a modification to the program, and that is no longer the case. So you absolutely do not have to be employed within the dental office currently to take this program.
Bonnie, I'll let you answer the next question there. It's from Dallas, I believe. She was just saying I have a 5.5 level in English, but the school needs a 6 level. I would like to know if there's an opportunity for me.
So I definitely would want to have a one-on-one conversation with you, Dallas. And I think I've actually reached out. We might have communicated already. So I would just want to take a look at your admissions, your situation, your status, because there can be a difference from one person to the next. And we look at everything. So I would want to see, and we could have a one-on-one chat about that. My pleasure.
There's a question in the chat there. What is your favorite part of being a dental assistant?
Just one thing?
Ooh, that's a good one. Honestly, it's working with a good team. So I am someone who loves a teamwork and working together with other people. I'm very social. I am an extrovert. So being able to talk with my patients and get to know them, it's something I really enjoy. Once you're working at a spot for a little while, you really get to know your patients. You know when they come in. You get to watch kids grow. I love my job. There's really no end to all the stuff that I love about dental assisting. And I honestly love the teaching aspect of it as well.
How about you, Ash?
For me, I always knew I wanted a job in healthcare. And originally I thought I wanted to be a nurse. But when I started volunteering at the hospital, it was much too sad for me. I'm way too soft. I'm not someone that I get attached to my patients, and then I would go in and they would be gone, and I can't do that. So for dental, I still get that healthcare aspect, helping people get beautiful teeth, taking care of them, and just not the sad parts.
Yeah, I think for me too, I really like the communicating with patients and being there and hearing all their stories and really making those friendships with everybody and being connected. And then I also, anyone who knows me knows that I love the oral surgery aspect. So I really like those types of procedures. So I wake up every day, I look at my schedule and I'm like, yes, I get to do that today. It is really fun skills. So I like doing the hands-on part and actually being in there and doing it as well.
Yes, me as well. It's a great job that if you're someone who doesn't like to sit down and sit in front of a computer for very long, you're always on the go. Your days fly by. It's very interesting and it's always changing. So your day is never the same either. It's not super repetitive, which I really enjoy as well.
And it's even better teaching it because then you get to share everything we love about it. And then you see everybody going out and coming back and saying, oh my gosh, I really love that too. I got to see this today. I got to see that today. And it just makes it you feel so wonderful that they share the same passion that you do.
Completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could see everyone's faces. I already want to start to get to know everybody.
Oh, I see another question there. How do you deal with uncooperative patients?
That is something that comes with time. I feel like you get pretty good at it. And it's not so much as an uncooperative patient, it's usually someone that's uncomfortable in the situation. So if you can sit down with somebody and find out why they're not being cooperative, if they're, most people don't enjoy coming to a dental office. So we might not always get the best side of somebody, but if you sit down and you talk to them and you let them know that you're there for them to make them comfortable, I can guarantee you the next time they come in, they won't be uncooperative like that.
No, I completely agree. It's all about that communication. If you are calm and you're reflecting this energy that's very welcoming and soothing to that patient, next time you see them, they might not be uncooperative. They might feel a lot better coming in. Especially, we see a lot of patients who've had bad experience because dentistry has changed so much. It's no longer about restorative dentistry. Now it's about preventing it. We don't want that to happen to anybody. So especially people who are a little bit older, they say, oh, I was just there in the dental office and they didn't freeze me and they just pulled my tooth out. And of course, that's not going to happen now. And if it does, it shouldn't. But be there for that patient, listen to that patient, sympathize with them and understand their fears and help them through that. That's all you can do, is to try to be there for somebody and sort of hold their hand and be that person, be supportive.
Yeah, I
Good
find
question.
I usually sit down with my patients. So sometimes maybe after they get frozen, we're waiting for the dentist to come back. If you sit down and just kind of talk about life, it really gets them comfortable with you. A lot of the time they leave saying it kind of feels like a home, like you're friends with them, you're friendly, you make it really comfortable, and they're not so nervous or scared to come back, because that's usually why people kind of get uncooperative, is they're in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, or don't know what's coming.
Or don't, yeah, or just had, like you said, terrible experiences, and now that's your job, is to make sure that they know that it's not going to be like that with you, and you're going to make sure that they're taken care of.
Just don't ask Joni, she won't come.
I respect everything that you guys do.
She's kind of came to see us. We're getting there. We're working on her.
How about you, Bonnie? How do you feel about the dentist? Are you an uncooperative patient?
No, I had all kinds of fear as a young person. As a child growing up, I had a tremendous amount of fear, but I did eventually outgrow it, not until I was in my late 20s and actually was having restorative work done. But I was lucky enough to encounter a dentist who was so kind and compassionate, and an assistant who had all those skills, that it really reversed that for me. So you guys, you couldn't be more right when you say you can actually, it can be a life-changing experience when you're treating people and working with them.
I saw someone put in the chat as well, I love sitting chairside with patients. They have a lot of stories to tell, and that's so true. It's funny now because where I live, a lot of my neighbors are my patients. So anytime I go for a walk or I take my son outside to play, we're actually so friendly that they'll come right in my driveway and play with us and pet my dog. And so it's really getting to know your patients and making that relationship that makes this job so worth it.
And it's not only for the patients, like we really enjoy it too. I mean, I'm waiting for that patient to come on the schedule so we can finish the conversation. See how your dog's doing. Oh, you're building that house. Oh yeah, how's that going? So we want to know too.
And they all have stories. They all work, and like you get to meet people from every aspect of life, right? So it's super interesting to, like they said, getting to know their story and where they come from and kind of what's going on in their life. If you're someone who likes to chat back and forth with people, it's a great job for you.
Oh, I see another question here. It says, when you took the program at CBBC, what was your favorite part? What do you guys think?
My favorite part, other than just the program itself, which I really, really enjoyed, was how it's so supportive. So like I mentioned, I got a job offer before I even graduated. It was out in Fort McMurray. I actually flew out there before my graduation even and started working. And then when I moved back and was looking for a job here, I connected with my teachers. They let me know of offices that were looking, and I basically just walked in, passed in my resume, and that's how you get a job. So it's really good to have CBBC there as well for you, even in the future. So it could be 5 years down the road. If you contact one of us about maybe you moved or you're looking for a different career path in dental, then we can always try to help you out there. So it's that support that you have from CBBC that I've really found just wonderful to have.
How about you, Ashley?
For me, I would say I really loved that the program was only a year.
Mhm.
And
Me
then,
as well.
yeah, and then in just 12 short months, you got to get out there and make some real money and start your life. Also, when I was taking the program, I was going through some personal problems, and all the staff at the school was very accommodating and helped me with whatever I needed. And I never felt alone, and I always felt supported. So that was great.
I think one of my favorite things was that I actually got to practice the skills hands-on and had somebody there to kind of guide me until I was comfortable. And I feel like that really made a big difference to kind of have the instructors, even the other students there to be that support system and to help you learn it as you go, because they're not all super easy skills. I mean, they do take time. And even when you do have a breakdown, which we've all experienced, it's good to have somebody to fall back to say, no, it's okay, you're doing fine, just keep going, and be there to give you that little push.
Exactly. I saw Jordan type there too a couple other questions. So what was the most challenging part and how did you get through it? And what would you say to someone who's on the fence about taking the dental assisting program? For me, the most challenging part would probably just be getting used to an office. So I always say to our students, even if I switch jobs right now, it's always like a learning experience. You're working for a specific dentist who has their own taste. So we'll teach you one way. You may go out to an office and find they do something a little bit different. So it's just kind of getting that balance and being able to adjust to those situations. And if you're on the fence about taking the program, think about your personality. What do you enjoy to do? Like I said, do you enjoy being able to speak with people, not sitting behind a desk all the time? Are you someone who is organized and likes to kind of just be on the go all the time? That's something I really enjoy as a dental assistant. You really don't sit very often, which I love. It makes your day fly by. It's something that's super interesting to me. And you can think about your past experiences as well. Maybe at the dentist, how did you feel about your assistant? Did you see them and think maybe that was an interesting career choice for you? So this program is great because you'll get to be in class a few days, but right away you get to start being in the office as well to see how that job and what it actually entails.
What do you think, Ashley? What was your most challenging part and how did you get through it?
The most challenging part, well, I don't know if it was the most challenging part, but one thing I had to catch on to quickly is when you're in high school, I think the pass mark, if I remember correctly, is 50, 60, somewhere around there. And then taking this program, the pass fail mark is 75. So you really have to be on your A game with your studies. It's a lot of information, a lot of terminology. So it's not, I feel like at the beginning, some of the students might think, oh, I'll just breeze by, but it's not. You do have to put the work in. You do have to pay attention. You have to do your studies. So the workload can be maybe more than you would expect if you're coming out of high school, if you have no prior maybe college or university experience.
Mm-hmm. The best thing is you do have us and we're always there to help. And even some of the other students, even from this year, might want to offer tutoring skills. There's always someone there for you. We never would leave you. Even after graduation, there's always someone there to help you with anything that you need. Oh goodness, I don't know how to answer this question. If I'm answering it, what's the most challenging part? Oh my goodness. Saying no to it when they ask you to work. Because I can never say no. I'm out in the office. You want to come in today? Yeah, I do. I do want to come in today. Yep. I don't know about the program. I'm not sure what the most difficult part for me. I loved every single thing about it when I was there. Saying goodbye at the end, I think, was the most challenging part because I wasn't ready to leave everybody there and start off on my own. Eventually, I mean, you have to leave, but it's so good to have somebody there for you even after you graduate. So Ashley, what do you think? What would you say to someone who's on the fence about taking the program?
I probably would have answered pretty similar to Kayla. The first poll you put up there, maybe it was the second one about the traits or characteristics to describe a dental assistant. If most of those were you, then I would say dive in, because that'd
Yeah.
be totally up your alley.
Yeah.
Most offices, I would say, I don't know, 98% of offices are very fast paced. You get the odd one that's a little bit more laid back. Maybe a dentist who's close to retirement or does things old school, but a lot of them are pretty fast paced. So if you're someone that likes to be on the go, like Kayla said, then it's probably the career for you.
Mhm. I agree. A lot of them are very fast paced, which is what I absolutely love. And taking the dental assistant program really got you prepared to go out there and be ready for that. I mean, every dentist is different. So you're going to pick up different things, but once you got the basics, you can do anything.
Brian asked there, do you feel as though you were well prepared to take the national board exam at the end of the program? Honestly, yes, 100%. I was super nervous about taking the board exam, and I walked out of there in, I think, half the amount of time that they offer you, and felt extremely confident in myself when I left. You're so well prepared. What I did was kind of take notes throughout the whole year, and kind of had a separate binder that I kept my study work in, so I could kind of just study from that. I actually wrote my boards out in Fort McMurray, which is a little bit different than most people, but got hired. I was working out there, so I went to write out there by myself. And I found it was not near as hard as I expected to be in my head, because we were so well prepared throughout the program.
Mhm. What do you think, Ashley?
Definitely prepared. Again, I was a ball of nerves because it's, a lot of pressure, a big exam, but definitely prepared. And we do mock exams, and 100% you'll be prepared for the exam.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think if you weren't human, then you wouldn't be nervous. But you can't help but be nervous going into the board exam. But like Ashley said, we review beforehand, we practice before, so you know exactly what to expect. And then I'm gonna be honest and say I don't know if I even studied for the board exam. I did so well all throughout the year. I felt like I walked in there and I just knew everything. I was like Kayla, I was in there half the time and I walked out. So I had a really great experience writing it. I wasn't nervous after all. My letter came in the mail. I opened it, which is the biggest thing. I didn't make somebody else do it. So I was definitely, I felt confident when I left there.